Sorry that this video actually came out so late. I actually did do it earlier, but I actually just wanted to check to see if I got any comments or questions, and it didn't upload for some reason, so I'm redoing it again. But anyway, this unit review is going to be about the Riot. I would just say I was actually supposed to do an offensive strategy video today, but then I thought Riot is the most expensive unit in the game. People are probably spending, $435,000 on him. Well, I have now. People are like, is he worth? I want to make sure people don't waste their money on something they're not going to use. So now you're probably thinking, yeah, you don't own it. I've rented him a few times. Have rents on everyone else. But anyway, so let's get right into this. Let's look at his stats. First thing that pops out at you is his health, which he has the most health in the game. Which, I mean, look at that. That scale is almost filled, and that has 550 health. So that means he has like about at least 2 health bars worth. That is amazing. The next thing that pops out of you is damage. How low that is. I think a grunt deals more damage. Let's see. Yep, grunt deals more damage. That's something. That is something. When a grunt deals more damage than you know there's a problem. Oh, now let's get right into it. Or next, where are you? But next is his fire rate. So his fire rate's not too good either. But he is carrying a grenade launcher. So, the grenade launchers never have good fire rate. Their range actually should be pretty good, but this one's honestly just for balancing it out. But anyways, let's go into what he really is. But now we've seen the stats. He has deploy 400, unit count 1, and cooldown 12. Let's get ready. Now let's read what he is. A Riot shoots grenades that briefly will stun units and structures alike. Alright, so after reading that first statement, we know that his grenade launcher is a stun grenade launcher, which would explain why its damage is so low. Now, that is alright. That is actually good that the grenade launcher is low, because if he had that much health and he dealt good damage, that would make him overpowered. However, the stun isn't what I thought. It only stuns him for like literally a second. I wish they would buff him, and not even too long, maybe just a little longer, not even that much longer, but then I feel like he would be better. Anyways, then we have his shield. His shield, now I'm not sure about this thing. It says his shield will break before he does. Now, does that mean like that the 1,200 health is specifically his, or him and the shield combined? I wish we could get clarification on that, because that statement actually does confuse me just a little bit. But, so, I'm assuming since I don't own him, so I couldn't, put perks on, I actually would want to own him. Thing is, I'm working on something else. I'm trying to get my first bunker to its fully maxed level, so hopefully I can. Now, I am gonna put perks on him. I'm assuming health would be useless on him. I'm assuming damage would be useless on him. Fire rate may not be useless. But typically when it's too low or too high, it's meant to be like that, and they want to stay in that area. But if it's just in the middle, fire rate I guess could be upgraded. That's when they mean you want them to upgrade it. So I would definitely offensively. Let's talk about offensively. Now, he's gonna eat damage. He's gonna take snipers on. He's gonna take MG enemies. He's gonna take them all on. Yeah, I would definitely recommend a speed perk, because I had problems getting him at the front even when I bought him first. I had problems with that. So I actually would have to buy him, wait a couple seconds, and then start buying my men so they could catch up. But so I would honestly recommend a speed perk on him. The other perks, all up to you. I would definitely try reload speed and fire rate, I'm pretty sure there's a range perk now. Can't be sure. I'm pretty sure in the update they just added a range perk. Anyway, I haven't gotten one yet, but I saw an image and I think it was range. So, now him being in the front, he will be taking all the damage for your men behind you as they're dealing damage. Now, this being said, he will stun the enemies also. Again, the stunning will not last that long, so I wouldn't rely on that as much as I would on the shield. That would actually be a very helpful strategy, is having a Riot at your army. And I mean, I liked the idea of Riot. When I actually first saw Riot coming in as a sneak peek, I actually thought he was going to be a hero. The fact that he wasn't really was awesome. I rented him that day and used him. It really was, it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. But yeah, I thought he was going to be a hero, so thank God he wasn't. I like the animation. They also added an animation where his shield does break, or a design for it. So it's nice that they actually just didn't have him die where, you know, his shield just, you know, he dies and then he just drops his shield. But they actually have a broken shield. That's actually a cool thing that they do that. That means they actually really do put detail into this game. Now yes, defensively, I like him a lot better offense because he can be in the front, he can eat the damage while your men are dealing the damage. I would rather lose 1 man than 16 men. So, I would put Riot at the front of the line if you wanted to actually do very helpful. If you want to be very helpful, do something, that's what you would do. Defensively, I would put him at the exit of a funnel. I wouldn't use him for a last stand defensive strategy, but only on a funnel defensive strategy. I'm guessing he takes a long time to actually train as the Riot, so I would assume that even with a fully upgraded time, I would assume that would be quite a long time. So, you know, you want to make sure you give him the most upgraded one. I would actually want to put him at the end of a funnel, so when the enemies come through, he stuns them. Your men and your defenses are killing everyone. He's taking all the damage as well, and your buildings aren't, so that's another plus. It can be very devastating having Riot on defense. I have him as a last stand card. Got him the first day the update came out. It was actually really cool. Got him from a defense, so it was something seeing Riot. The Last Stand version. And let me talk about the Last Stand command card for the Riot. It would be good if there was a wandering bullet that just hit your HQ. However, if your HQ is completely surrounded, that's not going to end well for Riot. Because even though Riot has a lot of health, he's going to die. I mean, if it's completely surrounded, he doesn't deal damage. You think he's going to take, like, on 3 commandos, like 500 rangers and something like that? He's going to die. So, I mean, Riot Last Stand has its advantages and disadvantages. Defensively and offensively, again, he has his strong points and his weak points. So, Riot, I feel it was actually an amazing addition to the game. I actually loved what they did with them. Let's see what else we got. Offensively and defensively, he actually does make a good addition. You do have to get him some good perks. Because I don't own him, I couldn't put perks on him. And I couldn't tell you what his medal is. I can almost assume that it's deal this much stun damage with a grenade launcher or eat this much damage with your shield or something like that. I can only assume it's one of those two. So, let's go down the list and see if we can actually remember how I do my reviews. I'll tell you what he's good at, what are his strengths and weaknesses. I'll tell you if you should buy him, use Valor to upgrade him, and even try for his medals. And then I'll even say if he's worthy enough to even be called a hero. I mean, he's not a hero, but if he could be a hero. So, let's check this. Is he good on offense and defense? Is he a jack of all trades? Yes, he is. Offensively, he does excel a little more, in my opinion, but defensively, he does hold his own ground. Especially in a funnel strategy. Any other strategy such as Compact, Last Stand, and Defensive Wall he could actually work on, but I would say Funnel's the strongest one. Any of those others would make him pretty much inadequate, especially Last Stand. So, but it just depends on your defensive points. So, I would say yes to defensive and offensive. He can be at the front of the line, taking all these bullets in while your guys are, killing all the enemies. He can be dealt a bunch of punishment, and then your guys deal the punishment back. So that's always a plus, and he can eat sniper bullets too, so that's amazing. Let's say, alright, sorry. Are his stats good? Now, looking at his stats, I would say ordinarily no. Because range, damage, and fire rate are not that good. Now, I actually want to explain it. First of all, his health is so good, we can actually, get rid of that, I mean, it's just so good that I count that as a second stat. So, range, he has good enough accuracy. Now, range, he could be upgraded on. I could say perk would actually help him there. That is the one bad thing I see about this whole setup. Now, fire rate and damage, why did I say range is the bad thing? Because if you have too much damage on this guy, he can take damage, he can stun you in your buildings. How OP would he be if he could actually deal damage? He'd be immensely OP. So, I would say his stats are actually very good, and I mean for what you want balancing wise, he's perfect. I mean his stats are actually really perfect. Now the final question is if he could be hero worthy. Is he unique? And that can be answered. Yes, he is extremely unique and probably the most unique one in the game. He has 3 factors. The first one being the health. That is literally a double health bar. I'm guessing this whole, because that's 550. I'm guessing that's closer to 700 failed. So we're gonna go with, there's no way that's 1,200 that it's that close with 550. So we are gonna go with the health being unique. And now his shield. Now, as much as I said before, his shield, they never clarified this because as it says, a high threat target, his shield will break before he does. Now, that does not clarify that the shield is also built into that health bar, or if that's saying his shield will break and then his health will start going down. That has not been clarified, and I would actually like that to be clarified. So, but that is actually extremely unique, whether or not the shield is built into the health or not. It is still a unique factor. Finally, the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher itself, being able to stun enemies, being a stun grenade launcher, is amazingly unique, and I did feel like that was needed into the game because he's more of a supportive character, if anything. I mean, there really aren't too many supportive characters. There's mainly offensive characters and a couple defensive characters, but mainly offensive characters. Supportive and defensive aren't really seen. Snipers are not supportive, I would say. I mean, everyone else is pretty much a sharpshooter's supportive. But I mean, he is a great supportive defensive type of person. So I would definitely say that he could be a hero. He could definitely be a hero. I can actually see them making a hero version of him later in the future. Maybe he would have the grenade launcher like the bomber here. I mean, of course, his damage would be nerfed again, like only 3 damage a thing, but that could actually be very cool. So I would say yes, he could be a hero. I would definitely buy him. I would definitely upgrade him with Valor, and I would definitely go for the medal, assuming what it actually gives him and what it is. So I would give him hero rank. I originally thought he was gonna be a hero, like I said earlier. I originally thought he was, but then the update came out. I was actually really happy he wasn't. I didn't feel like grinding for a hero, so that was a nice little relief. Also, I would just like to state this before, because that's pretty much the end. I would like to say this. There is an event going on. You need someone needs the chemist. So how it works is, if you beat a 3 white skull or higher starting Friday, September 2nd, I think, then you will get, as long as there's a chemist on the battlefield, whether he be good on your side or the enemy side, you can get a free rare card pack every victory, as long as it's 3 white skulls or higher, as long as there's a chemist on either side, and as long as you win. Then you can get a free rare card pack. This is a chance for you to grind. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to participate in this event, being as no gold, unless I get extremely lucky. But I got extremely lucky with this. Hello there. So yeah, get those events going, start getting those rare card packs, because I did even see in the comments that someone said that we should get a free common card pack or something like that, and I do agree, we should, you know, I do think every now and then there should be an event where you don't need or require something like the retaliation one. See, the problem is with that, where I think that's like 2 events ago, there was an event where you had to retaliate, and I think you had to spawn a grenade. You had to have at least 1 grenade launcher in the field, which, I mean, that's an alright challenge, having 1 grenade launcher in the field. However, retaliation, I did not like that. I couldn't participate in that, and it would give you each damage one every one you won. I would have actually participated in that. Problem is I couldn't. I'm a base power 7,550. Do you really think anyone's gonna attack me? And if someone does attack me and wins, if they do attack me and they win, they have to be at least that they are gonna have a better base than me. So I'm not going against any base power 10,000. I mean, I couldn't really participate in that. There was a medic one. I think it's like you had to spawn like 5 medic, have 5 surviving medics, and then you got a health one. I forgot the requirements for that one. I feel like there was one more thing. I just didn't participate in that one. Now, I'm not sure if you remember, there was an amazing event, St. Patrick's Day event, gave you free gold. You just had to get special cards. I actually have 1 of each still, I think. I never got myself to use them. Yep, there's the clover, and here's the rainbow. The clover right here. I mean, that's an event. So, I mean, I just feel like they're going way into these events when they just need to get back to the basics, you know? Every 3 white skull victory or higher, you get a free attack card pack. That's good. I mean, do you see how many stuff I have? Not the perks, but I mean, let's see. Oh, look, 341, 328, 370. I mean, come on, really? Anyways, but yeah, a lot of people I don't think are going to be able to participate in this unless you get someone that buys DLC currency, or got extremely lucky, or somehow saved, waited for this exact moment, and now is laughing in all of our faces. And whoever actually did save and wait for this exact moment, I congratulate you. You have gotten the chemist. I do like the event, however, the chemist where he can be bought with gold for a limited time. So, anyways, get out there, use that chemist, go against that chemist. 3 white skulls or higher. Starts Friday 2nd. That's all. I am Cole Valance's Guns Up Baron. Over and out.